Translate the argument into symbolic form. Symbolic form using P and Q. Is the argument valid? It says let P is the statement he is healthy, and Q is the statement he will help the team. All right, here's the arguments. We have the top two lines of the arguments. We need to combine those with the word and. So it's if this and this. And then we have the big line, then or therefore this. So it's a conditional argument. Now P is he is healthy, so this is an if-then statement up here. If he is healthy, if P, then not Q, because it's not help the team, which is the negation of Q. So this top line can be written in symbolic form as if P, then not Q. The second line of the argument, he will help the team, matches up perfectly with Q. So we're going to write Q. And then we have the line, therefore, he is injured would be the negation of P, so it would be this guy. So that's the symbolic form of the argument. And we want to determine if this is valid or invalid by using a truth table. So we're going to make a truth table with P and Q. Now there's 4 scenarios where they're both true. P is true, Q is false, P is false, Q is true, or the case where they are both false. All right, so we need, let's do this first line. We need a column for the negation of Q. That's going to take the opposite of Q, make it false, true. Now we're ready to form the conditional, if P then not Q. That's looking at these 2 columns right here. Remember, a conditional is only false if you go from a true statement to a false statement. So if we go from true to a false, like this top case, that would give you a false. But the rest of them are good. They're all true. Now we already have a Q column, so we're ready to combine these 2 top statements with the and symbol. You're going to need parentheses around the first conditional. All right, so I'm looking at these 2 columns right here. The if P, then not Q column, and the Q column. Now this one's only true if they're both true. So there is one scenario right here where they're both true. The rest of them will be false. All right, so I got the top piece of the arguments ready to go. I need a negation of P column. That's going to take the P column right here and do the opposite. False, true. All right, now I'm ready to tie everything together to this argument. Now it's going to be if this, so this whole thing needs to be in brackets. If this, then the negation of P. So this is a conditional again. I'm going from this column to this column. Remember, conditional is only false if you go from true to false. Do I have any true to false scenarios? No. That means these are all going to be true. So if this argument is true, no matter what scenario we're in, that means the argument is valid.